Bro, you gotta restart. All right, say your characters again for recording.
I'm
Go.
taking Zeno from Dragon Ball Super. He's taking.
No, really?
Anyway, I think it's dick riding, like, bro.
It's the judges. It's the judges.
Yeah, I'm taking Geass Luffy with it.
God, bro.
Okay. All right,
Judges.
so Geass is taking
What's your
Luffy.
position?
Careless is taking Zeno.
My character wins the fight.
Okay. Do it really.
Same position. Yeah. All right, you can go first. Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, we hear you, bro.
Yeah, you can start. I'm chilling. Go ahead.
Go first, nigga. I don't got my shit.
Nah, you go first. I'm doing something. I'm gonna just refute you.
Nigga, I'm watching Netflix. Nigga, go first.
Bro.
Like,
bro,
okay, Mono gonna be my scan dropper. Okay. Mono, get the scan that says, the Gorosei statement with the imagination, and then get the data book scan, the road to Last Hill, and then get the.
I got them. I got them. I already got them.
Nigga, I got them, bitch. Shut up.
All right, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
It was the third one too, nigga.
But I don't think we have
I don't even think we have the third one. The one that says it's the perfect description, or like.
Do y'all have pick burns?
He put it in the perfect.
Is it another road to Last Hill statement?
Oh, yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Bro, I got them all, bro. Calm down. I'm gonna send them.
Shut your lame ass up.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. It's in VC scans, bro.
Send them to me, bro. Please.
Look at this VC scan.
It should be 3 of them though.
It's 4, bro.
Yeah, I
gotta.
Okay. What 4 does? It doesn't matter. Does it hurt?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. You know how the Gorosei say 5 statements. The 4 of them are true, right? And the only one that's contentious is whether Luffy can do anything he imagines. Okay, so
you said the 5 statements the Gorosei states are true.
Yeah, there's one that's contentious, which is like the one about whether Luffy can do whatever he imagines.
Okay, I'm assuming that the Gorosei statements are just additional proof for the subjective reality.
No, it just verifies the credibility of the Gorosei. So they get 5 things right from whatever source they're coming from. Then the last one.
What are the statements the Gorosei making here?
It's in the scan. Look in the scan. It's in each one's in like a bubble. They're
supposedly limited by the imagination, putting smiles on their faces. Its user gains the property of rubber in combat. Okay, you're saying that those statements are true?
I mean, yeah, it's like One Piece. Yeah.
Okay. Can you show like him using Gear 5 performatively in a battle? Because obviously, if it's true, you're saying that
using what?
Using the ability in a battle, because you're saying that the statements they make is in conjunct with how he performs using the ability. Like for example, okay. What?
I'm saying the 5 statements they make is just true of the devil fruit itself. And then the only content. Do you disagree the nigga's made of rubber?
No, I don't disagree with that.
Okay, do you disagree it's a Zoan type fruit?
No.
Okay, and all the other shit they say is also true. So if you don't disagree,
I'm just saying
with those,
it's not relevant. It's not relevant to support the initial claim though, because obviously you're saying they can manipulate reality, via just subjectively interpreting it to be this or that. So I'm saying I don't see how this evidence supports that conclusion. It seems like it just supports. It seems like it just supports, like initially, like things we things we already initially believed, which is obviously him being made of rubber and having the ability to fight via rubber.
Well, no. Some of the stuff is like brand new to that chapter. The Zoan type stuff is literally brand new. They're the ones that confirm it.
Okay,
literally no. So that's just not true.
It's not relevant.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
And 2, the major thing is that they are correct about their statements and their source of information. So I'm just showing that their source is typically correct. So statements they do make. Wait, let me finish. Statements they do make are typically correct about this fruit. So that's the preponderance. I'm showing that they have credibility.
Okay, you're not getting my point. I'm saying it's not relevant. Okay. It's not relevant credibility because obviously you're using this. You're saying that since it's not relevant.
Relevant
like, for
to
example,
what?
I'll give you an example. I could be relevantly knowledgeable on a specific set of data or information, but when I'm introduced to a new data set, I just have no relevant knowledge that allows me to like coherently decipher what I need to prove for that data set.
Wait, I
Like,
agree
for
that's
example,
possible, but the point is just to show and demonstrate that when they do have a new ability that's been unlocked, basically, they do show a very consistent knowledge set. And so any new predictions they make do have some preponderance of evidence, which is that every single prediction and every single statement they've made so far has been correct. I agree with you. It's possible you can be wrong about new information. I'm simply saying the predictive. Let me finish.
Can you repeat the point? Just repeat the point.
Yeah. I'm just basically to sum up. I'm just saying their predictive power is consistently correct, right?
Okay.
So they have descriptors and prediction. Wait. You told me to sum it up. Let me finish.
Yeah. Okay.
So their descriptions and predictors have been consistently shown. That's a preponderance, right?
And then the prediction is obviously him attaining the form, the new ability, right?
No. It's that he can fight in any way that he imagines, or he can use whatever the statement is. He can use imagination to fight how he
I have a
wants.
question. Is this linked to their understanding of like what's possible, like index to what Luffy can do, or is it just something that's just like the author is just generally saying the author like he can do whatever the fuck he wants?
Oh, I'm gonna show later that the author does make the statement, but right now we're just focused on the Gorosei.
Oh, okay.
So this is just based on their point of view. So I can show the author statements, which is what I plan to do. So okay, we can go to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, the next one is just the author literally saying the ability to turn imagination into reality.
Okay. And this is in the data book, right?
Yeah, Road to Lattail.
Okay, do you think he can actualize all's imagination?
Yeah, that's literally all. It doesn't put limitations.
That's
on
a hasty generalization.
It just says, wait, no. I'm not generalizing. The statement itself is a generalization.
Okay, no, okay. I like this.
Literally, it doesn't put any limitations. That's as general as you can get.
Can I ask you a clarifying question? Okay, so going on with that interpretation, do we have anything that's consistent with the interpretation you gave? That's like 1-to-1 with how the narrative interprets the ability.
So I'm actually going to give another statement in a second that explicitly states what I'm saying. So I'm going to give more corroboration.
Okay.
So from this one, he literally makes the statement as general as he possibly can, saying this thing is just true, right? So I would agree it would be the statement where wait, I'm talking about the current one where he says the ability to turn imagination into reality.
No, okay, I'm questioning.
I know you're questioning it. Let me explain why I think it. Yeah, okay, I know. Just let me finish. So I'm saying he literally makes the statement as general as possible with no limitation. So there is no generalization I'm making, right?
No, okay. Obviously, the interpretation is using a generalization, bro.
Well, the language itself
you're just using the scan to motivate the interpretation. What's in question is whether or not the way you interpret it is actually 1-to-1 or correspondent to how people of One Piece interpret it. And then additionally, I'm still questioning why is it true. You're not explaining why it's true.
The language itself is purporting what I'm saying, right? That it's not me just saying it. But okay, I think I've demonstrated that. We can go to the next scan. Does anybody have where y'all posted the other scan at?
And VC scans, bitch.
Oh, my bad.
Talking about this one.
Yeah. Look at the one on the left, the bottom left.
Luffy
said it best himself. Yes. Look on the right-hand side of that scan.
Anything's possible.
Said it best himself. Anything's possible now. The author says Luffy said it. Let me finish the argument before we respond. Luffy said it best himself. Anything's possible now. If that's the best way to put his ability, as the author just said, then that means he hyper literally cannot be any more descriptive or explicit. So this is literally his ability.
Okay. Again, is this shown in the narrative? In addition,
it doesn't have to be, right?
You're not. Okay,
he doesn't have to show every permutation of the ability.
My main question.
Bro, you asked me a question. What can I respond to the question?
Bro, I was adding more to it.
Okay.
I wasn't done.
I mean, I don't. Okay,
and then to go back to the other burden I placed on you.
Wait, no, bro. He just asked the question and then said he added more to the question.
Bro, it's the same.
Bro, let me answer the question.
Bro.
What's the point of asking a question and not letting me answer?
Okay, bro.
You said he was clarifying, but you're like, I'm going back to this point. Like, no, just let me answer, then go back.
Bro, bro.
But not for real. He literally says.
You even know what I asked you, bro?
Yeah, yes. If you stop talking, I can answer you. Holy shit.
Go ahead.
The major thing is there doesn't need to be just a demonstration of like every permutation of his ability, right? The series would never fucking end if he literally can do any and everything, right? And he has to demonstrate it. So all I'm going off is the author's explicit statement where he says the best way to put his ability is anything is possible, right?
Wait, can you repeat that?
Oh, yeah. The best description the author says is anything's possible now. That's what I'm going off of in the previous statements.
The thing you said prior to
that. He doesn't have to show every permutation of the ability.
Okay. No, that doesn't contradict my point. No,
it isn't meant to contradict the point. That's not the point.
It is.
It's meant to say why it's not a necessary condition, right?
I'm not even saying it's a condition you have to justify in the debate. I'm just saying that to relate back to what I said priorly. I said that it can be some sort of epistemically related thing because Luffy is the one himself making the statement. So
yeah, no. This is the author making the statement.
Not even contradictory given what the scan is telling us. Like it literally says that Luffy thinks he can do anything.
Yeah, no. You didn't understand my explanation. The author says that. The author is saying that. Huh?
You said what?
The author is the one saying Luffy described this thing in the best way, right? So I agree. Luffy made the statement.
Okay, obviously you're talking about the data book statement, right?
It's the author's it's the author's confirmation I'm referring to, though.
There's no contradiction with the author's confirmation being linked to what Luffy epistemically wants to do. I don't see the contradiction.
It's not just he's not just saying he wants to do anything that's possible. He's actively describing reality, and the author says these are the.
He can actively describe reality.
No, let me finish, bro. Let me finish. He's saying this is the best way to put this set or sentence. My bad.
Okay, how do we know the author is your interpretation then?
Bro,
I'm saying even if we go with those semantics, my argument isn't contradictory.
No, this does hyper literally demonstrate the position. Just saying the words could mean some shit they don't actually mean isn't a response. The nigga literally said anything is possible. The author literally let me finish. He literally says anything is possible. There's no. How else are you interpreting anything is possible? What do you think that means,
bro? Anything possible indexed to what Luffy considers possible. Because obviously,
no,
bro, cannot.
Then that means not anything. That literally just means not anything.
Bro, you're picking
what?
parts of the scan. Yeah, you are.
I'm reading the quote word for word. What do you mean?
No. It literally says that statement. We say that best himself. Anything's possible now.
No, that's not prior. That's the part of the statement.
Wait, stop. Are we assuming this like secondhand, like obviously this like this data book is corresponding to actual like okay, this must reference.
Are you trolling?
About One Piece, right? No, what are you talking about? I'm saying is this like data book referencing a scan or a scene in One Piece?
Wait, my Wi-Fi cut out. That argument was so bad. Can you repeat that last part?
Okay, bro. I'm saying is the scan referencing a scene in One Piece, bro?
Whenever he said, it's literally quoting him. It's from his quote, anything's possible now.
Okay, so the author is
confirming the quote, the argument. Yes.
So the author is predicating his example off of what's already been established in the series? And it's based on... Stop. Wait, and add a point.
Well, you asked the question. That's why Let me answer the first question, then I can go to like you can't. If you ask me two questions at once, I still have to go one at a time. The first question is you literally just did stuff. So the first question is this based off of something in the series or predicated off something in the series? Yeah, it's based off the quote where Luffy literally says the quote. That's what he's confirming. So yes.
Okay, so the author is predicating his his
confirmation
off of based off of what's already been established. So again,
based off what Luffy's affirming.
Wait, bro, can I finish, bro?
I'm sorry, I thought that was a question.
Wait, bro. Given that prior, since we know that obviously it's a Luffy statement, again, I don't see how my interpretation doesn't follow or fit. Because the Luffy...
Okay, you want to move on?
It being a Luffy interpretation and the author just making something or saying something about that interpretation can still fit index to what One Piece is talking about.
Okay. So anything, even in One Piece, is just a thing, right? If Luffy can do anything, that means he can do whatever is possible.
Bro.
The semantics,
Okay,
the
again,
semantics. Wait, let me
bro.
finish. Let me finish. You know, you have a bad argument. Just let me finish. So if it's true that anything just means a thing, then Luffy's statement and the semantics don't change just because the author uses it in One Piece, right? I don't know how just
You
saying
can still
this is it.
categorize
Let me
anything. That
finish.
doesn't attack my argument, bro.
Let me finish.
That doesn't attack my argument.
Wait, bro. I'm not on the mute shit, but Keisha. So, yeah, anything doesn't change just because you write it in Frankenstein, right? It still just means any one thing. Just saying the verse uses a word doesn't change the semantics. There's no particular use of anything, bro. Just saying it is doesn't make it true.
It definitely is. You can categorize anything.
What?
You can categorize
So what?
anything.
So what else did it? But that doesn't change the
That's why I
semantics, though.
said you're assuming the author is using like some other general or some like different understanding thing. Is it specifically apply any or the anything to a specific set or something? And then obviously the set is just relative to Luffy's knowledge because Luffy is the one making the statement.
Even if it's based off, hold on. Just saying it's based off of his knowledge denies the semantics. Right? I agree with you. You can just pretend the words don't actually mean what they colloquially mean. But when he says anything, right? As long as any just means something, right? And thing just means thing, right? I don't know what else thing means. That means the semantics. That means the semantics are accurately pointing to any singular thing. There's no one piece semantics on the word anything.
No.
That's why we're trying. All right.
If it's relative to Luffy, wait, bro. If it's relative to Luffy's knowledge, what would happen to introduce to a higher dimensional being?
You can't have anything can't. It's literally a contradiction to say anything can be indexed to knowledge. You literally can't have anything
where's the contradiction?
Wait, okay, I'm gonna just start muting. You don't shut up. You don't shut up. I'm sorry. I give you like too many chances. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna try this again. So it's a contradiction to say anything indexed to someone's knowledge because if it's limited by information, that's not anything. That's just the things that someone knows. So literally, that couldn't be what the semantics means.
Good boy. I like that.
Can you repeat it? I can't hear shit when I'm muted. Can you repeat?
Yeah. I didn't meet you, but yeah, it's just a contradiction to say anything limited to someone's knowledge because if it's any possible thing, right, which is what anything means, then it can't literally, by definition, can't have a limitation, which is someone's epistemology, right? If that's true, then it's not actually anything. They're just referencing the things they know, which literally can't follow under the semantics.
Okay, so you're saying that anything, by definition, refers to something that has no limitation, and then when you put it within a set, it can't be put in a set.
Yeah, that just means the things in the set. That can't be anything. Any means any of all sets. That's what. What is the wait? Hold on. He doesn't. Okay, wait. I'm gonna just define the word any because we're being retarded.
Bro, we can just send it. We can just go to Oxford, bro. I just.
No. Y'all already did. I mean, bro, do y'all want to go to conclusions? Because I don't think there's like.
I'm gonna just post what the word any means because just saying this is what any means in a contradictory sense doesn't follow. It doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the contradiction. I posted the definition of evidence.
Okay, just saying that's not an argument.
Used to refer to a thing no matter what.
No, man. Bro, this nigga posted his own contradiction.
Used to refer to a thing no matter what.
No matter what.
What do you think?
Bro, I can't. Bro, you're finna get muted, bro. Let me finish the argument.
Why are you perma?
I'm not perma-abusing. You won't stop over talking. Why are you over talking? Stop. I'll let you go. Let me go. Right. So let me go. So all I'm saying right now is, no matter what includes anything that can limit something, right? So no matter what means in no circumstance.
Okay, I'm like, how do we?
That's what it means.
No, it's not. No,
bro, does nigga not know what no matter what means?
No matter what. I don't.
Bro, he don't know what that means.
No, okay, I get what no matter what. But
what does no matter what mean? What does no matter what mean?
No matter specification.
Okay, so if you're specifying a set of things with respect to someone's knowledge set, that's a specification.
There's a difference between
Let's move
there's a
on.
difference.
Let's move on.
There's,
This is crazy.
can I make one final? We can move on.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a distinction between a set and then specifying things about the set. Bro. So why
Wait, a
can't
set by
anything be
itself is
indexing things
specified.
about the
A
set
set
or
is
indexing the
specified.
set? You
Wait,
said
no, a
what?
set is specified. A
No,
set is specified by
a set
definition.
by definition is distinct from things inclusive to the set itself.
Wait, no, I didn't. You're not tracking. I literally didn't say anything to do with that. What I'm saying is a set by definition is specified. That's my actual argument.
No, okay, a set is specified. That's distinct from talking about anything in the set itself.
I know that that wasn't that was
So
not relevant to
no,
anything
okay,
I
so
said.
so anything wouldn't be linked to just talking about the set. You're talking about things
Yeah.
inside of the set. Those are
No,
two different things.
a set for example, you gave the set of all things Luffy knows is specified. So it couldn't be no matter what
No,
because there
oh my
is a
god.
specification that discludes
No,
certain
the set
things. And
includes
therefore, wait, let
all
me
those
bro,
things.
this is why you get muted, bro. I'm still trying to finish a point. I'm still trying to finish. Okay. So if it is the set isn't in all things, you literally said it's limited by Luffy's knowledge, which is not all things because he's not fucking omniscient. So that means in that sense, it is literally specified. We can move on.
Oh my god. We can move on, bro.
Okay, GG. So in that case, that means my character can do anything and he wants to
Can
fight.
we get a verdict on the point, bro?
Wait, hold on. Okay, y'all understand the conclusion I'm saying is from that, that means Luffy literally can do anything, which is win the fight. So he wins the fight. Okay. Yeah, y'all can get a verdict.
Careless, can we hear
Go
your
on.
conclusion?
You said what?
No, I said if he can do anything, then he can win the fight. And I'll just say he imagines and wins the fight.
All right, but hey, Careless, you got your conclusion?
Sure. But okay, like just like how I respond, like everything, like my whole condition. Or, like, do you understand most of the shit I'm talking about?
I would hope so. I heard. You can really just talk about like the specified, like anything limited to point. That's only
Okay, really, okay.
about.
So about the whole point, I was trying to explain to him that the set that contains all the things the set is talking about is different than what's inclusive to the set itself. Because obviously, if you're talking about anything, but you're indexed to the set, then obviously that'd be a contradiction because you're specifying what you're talking about in the sentence. But that's distinct from talking about anything inside of a set. Because when we're talking about anything within a set, like for example, let's say.
Well, you guys
this
repeat
set
it.
Okay. So, like for example, the set is different than all things inclusive to the set itself. So when you're talking about anything, obviously that means no limitation, right? So when you're talking about anything indexed to a set, that's specifying. That would be a contradiction, obviously. Like no one disagrees with that. But when you're talking about anything indexed to a set, like for example, let's say the set of all three-dimensional things, or anything that can be three-dimensional, obviously anything inside of the set will be 3D. But that's distinct
Bro.
from that's just distinct from you just talking about anything about the set. That's different because obviously you're specifying what the set is. You're not, and then again, when you're talking about what's inside the set, you're not specifying it. I didn't see a P not be there.
Is that it?
Okay.
Hey, yo, Mono.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, who you think won?
Geass, but